Alright guys, so the quest has been completed. I decided to hop back into the Extreme Z Awakening banner because I was only 2 dupes shy of 100%ing my AGL Super Vegito. And now that I got those dupes, let's go ahead and rainbow this beast right here. Now, when I first started playing Dokkan, specifically Global Dokkan, I remember Super Vegito was like the first big thing I hunted on the channel. I feel like, I've got those videos summoning back early on Global Dokkan. I feel like not a lot of people have seen them. That shit, chasing Super Vegito was so rough for me. Even though there is a direct upgrade to him now, Physical Super Vegito, the AGL Super Vegito is still going to be very good in several different situations. So we'll go ahead and test him out now. Another big reason I decided to do this, of course, is because AGL Super Vegito is actually my 50th rainbow unit. So your boy does feel pretty good about that accomplishment. Alright guys, I'll go ahead and hop into an event now, and we will test this beast out. Alright guys, so we'll go ahead and hop into an event. Of course, I wanted to go ahead and hop into one I haven't run in a long time, and of course one that our boy will be very good in, the Buhan event. Typically when I do these rainbow showcases now or other videos, I like to get in a couple different events, just sort of kind of, split things up a little bit so we can see something besides Boss Rush, right? Because, like, all Boss Rush is just a bunch of fights packed together, but it's just that background and those same, few fights over and over and over. Like, no one wants to see just the same fights. So I figured, why not go into something a little different here? I think I might actually hop into the Hirudegarn event after this as well, because that's another one that I've very rarely run, the Hirudegarn event, because that one is like the the most gimmick event there is. Like, Janemba doesn't dodge nearly as much as our boy Hirudegarn. But alright, so here we go. Ooh, that's just the rotation your boy was looking for. We have the full Vegito lineup. Actually, if I did that, yeah, we would also get the Super Saiyan Link active. But so we have AGL Super Vegito, Tech Vegito, and LR Vegito Blue. Now, even though, again, there is the direct upgrade to Super Vegito, right? This guy is still incredibly good, AGL Super Vegito, because I honestly feel as though his passive ability, almost an attack set of 1,000,000 right there, by the way, very, very good. His passive ability is really going to make him a timeless unit. His ability to basically take no damage from normal attacks and then counter, like, he'll always be relevant because, one way they make the newest boss fights harder is they just make them, attack more and more and more. And, you combine that with the fact that, Super Vegito is able to hit harder and do more damage the more he's attacked. We're left with a situation where he just gets better as the Dokkan events get harder. So, AGL Super Vegito, like, we're going to get situations in some of these fights, like, in the boss fight against, like, Jiren, for instance, like, he is going to be absolutely just dominant when Jiren attacks, 6 or 7 times in one slot. Like, AGL Super Vegito really would obliterate that fight. And then obviously on the Potara type team here, we have a double attack 170% lead. So the Potara team is so good. You can't really run Super Vegito on his other category team because, of course, Physical Super Vegito is the leader here. So that does really hurt AGL Super Vegito in that you can only really rock him on either Super AGL, I guess like a hero team if you'd want, but his only category team you could really utilize him on effectively is the Potara team. But good thing the Potara team is one of the better category teams in the game. So, alright guys, let's go ahead and hop into another event real fast then. Alright guys, so here we have the Jiren event, which I decided we'll go ahead and hop into, since that is going to be a really good place to show AGL Super Vegito's power, since obviously Jiren is an STR type event. Real fast, so let's break down AGL Super Vegito, because obviously, it's been a while since he's come out, and not really a lot of people have talked about him very recently. So just in case some of you guys have forgotten that this is unparalleled Golden Key Super Vegito. His leader skill is AGL type Key +3 and HP attack and defense 70%. Now back when this guy came out, he was the gold standard of Dokkan. For a long time, this guy was the best unit in Dokkan. I would probably say he kept his title as best unit in Dokkan, maybe all the way from when he first came out, I want to say sometime around July of 2016 until probably February of 2017 when the Super Saiyan 4s were released. This guy was like the best unit in the game for that long period, just because like he is dominant. Like if we go through it, his super attack is the Spirit Sword, which does immense damage and all allies get an attack buff of 30% for 1 turn. His passive skill, Flawless Combat, he reduces damage from normals by 80%, and then he counters with tremendous power. Like that ability will always be good and always be relevant. The ability to completely neutralize damage from enemy attacks and then counter attack, that's just way, way too good. And especially in modes like Super Battle Road, this Super Vegito is absolutely A1. He is fantastic. His links are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Power Bestowed by God, Fuse Fighter, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. He has amazing links as well. The one weakness of Physical Super Vegito is he loses Shocking Speed, which the AGL one has. You know, that Shocking Speed is very, very crucial on several teams. You know, that would allow this guy to link up perfectly with, for example, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, because they'd share, you know, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. Many links. His 12 key multiplier is 150%, which is what we would expect. Very, very high for his time, by the way. And then he does have 2 categories. He is on the Majin Buu Saga category, which you can't really use him on because of the fact that Physical Super Vegito is the leader of that team. And then the Potara team, which is where we're using him today, is probably his best environment. But, I mean, I would say if you have the Physical Super Vegito, you are going to want to run him over the AGL one. But, you know, there is going to be a lot of people who are going to have LR Super Vegito, but they're not going to have the Physical Super Vegito. Like, you know, those instances will always happen. So, you know, that's why I do think it's still good to show him on this team. But moving forward, Super Vegito's best place will probably be on Super AGL. I wouldn't be shocked if they gave us, you know, some kind of updated mono leaders at some point. You know, maybe 170% all stats or something. Kind of change it to a new meta, give us, you know, stronger, you know, like cards, you know, like Super Tech, Extreme Tech, and stuff like that. I certainly would not be shocked if they eventually did that. Although it does feel like it seems like they're just moving in this same meta for a while, though. Like the units that have been coming out lately have not really been like gigantic, like crazy mega increases, right? Like the Super Saiyan 4s were like the biggest jump I can remember this game taking. Like the jump from like, you know, in Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, who came out before the Super Saiyan 4s, like his level of power. Then the next Dokkan Fest is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who has, you know, an extra 50% attack on his passive over that in Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. It was just like stunning. Like, you know, they're kind of just maintaining their position right now in these metas. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get the super attack with Super Vegito right here. Also, a situation like this will be pretty good because we are going to build up the LR Super Vegito's attack by having Super Vegito go first. I do like another thing I do like is that they did change up Super Vegito's super attack animation so drastically between the AGL and physical ones. They gave the physical one a new sprite, you know, and they gave him a different typing. So at the very least, you know, even if, you know, most people who have physical Super Vegito aren't going to use the AGL one anymore, when you do decide to go ahead, like, you could still use this Super AGL Super Vegito on the Super AGL team. In particular, the best place for him, like Super Battle Road, he's so good in Super Battle Road because, like, a unit like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, you know, who's all about tanking, right? Like tanking and doing damage, he has 120% attack and 120% defense, right? But then, you know, you go to Super Battle Road, and even though he has 120% defense, he still gets rocked around in Super Battle Road. You know, he still will take, you know, 30k, 25k. Even Rainbowed, I think he takes above 10k damage. So a unit like Super Vegito, though, he won't take any damage in Super Battle Road unless he gets supered. You know, when Super Vegito does get supered in Super Battle Road, he takes, you know, 140, 50, 60k, which is a lot, but he is able to maintain his defense most of the time, which is really, really, really helpful. That's one reason I did want to like rainbow him, because I presume, you know, we could eventually get, you know, some updated Super Battle Roads in the future. And, like, you know, if there was a Super Battle Road just for the Potara category, for instance, you know, if you have a Rainbow AGL Super Vegito, but you don't have a lot of dupes in, like, your physical Super Vegito, or depending on how the typings could lie in the stage, like, the AGL one actually could be superior in a Super Battle Road type setting because of the way he's able to reduce damage. And look at the way he just completely obliterates Jiren right there. Like, y'all saw, Jiren stood no chance against Super Vegito, just destroying him with those counters. Those counters are just so powerful, especially like when you get the crit counters, you will tear through events like nothing. All right, so actually, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to put LR Goku Black in this first slot. That's the only thing about this Jiren fight. Jiren certainly does love locking characters in place, but I don't want to get a super attack with EGL or LR Super Vegito at the end here. We'll let our boy AGL Super Vegito kind of finish Jiren off in the next round. If Jiren's going to have another one of these like turns where he attacks like the first slot a million times like he did just right here, that will be so good. We'll have Vegito just absolutely tear him to pieces. And then, of course, I don't know, the AGL Super Vegito unit, because he's like the first unit that I really tried to chase hard and also got fucked over trying to pull, it does, you know, give him a special place in my heart. And I do feel good having this man 100%. All right, there we go. That is exactly what I was looking to see. So, just like that, our boy Jiren is done. Who will give him... Okay, so he's going to get more from LR Vegito. Obviously, they have Fierce Battle, whereas LR Vegito Blue would give him Power Bestowed by God, because LR Super Vegito won't activate Power Bestowed by God until he actually transforms. And, yeah, at this point, Jiren is probably done. No matter how many times Jiren tries to attack Vegito, like, these counters are just really going to start to add up. And once you get them crit counters, boy, woo! Also, to note, Super Vegito is going to do a lot more damage on his counters after he super attacks, because after he super attacks, he does give that slight buff to, you know, the attack modifier, the attack modifier or whatever. So, you know, he's able to do a lot more damage and absolutely just tear Jiren to shreds. Goodbye, my boy. The Potara team, like, even the like non-like optimal versions of some of these units, like AGL Rose, AGL Super Vegito, you know, physical Vegito Blue, those units are still monsters on this team, even if there are now direct upgrades of those versions of those units. So definitely don't completely forget about some of these units just because there are better versions. Like, these guys can still hold their own in a lot of different places. AGL Super Vegito is also pretty good in Extreme Z Awakening, Broly's Extreme Z Awakening, since you do need AGL units. He will be able to reduce damage, but if he gets supered, it's not going to be good for him. But, alright guys, so that will finish up for today. AGL Super Vegito, definitely a beast. Have a good time rainbowing this guy. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.